Hello, everybody. This is the Unknowns. Thank you for coming back for another video. In the background behind me, you'll see the picture of the original 7 founding fathers. Um, Historian Richard B. Morris, um, in 1973, identified uh, these 7 men as the original founding fathers. Um, and I don't. I mean, the main reason why I'm making this video is to, what in the hell has happened to our country? It, seriously, what's happened to our country? Um, it's it's going to hell. I'll tell you that right now. Um, I follow politics quite a bit. Um, I have nothing against Republicans or Democrats or independents. I consider myself a Democrat, a liberal, if that's what you want to call me, left wing. Um, but just hear me out on this, first of all. Let me explain my thinking on everything that's been going on in the government here lately. First of all, let's talk about the government shutdown, for instance. The government shutdown has gotten to be quite ridiculous. Um, Trump wants a border wall. Uh, or whatever everybody calls it something different. Wall slats, steel slats, fence, whatever. And, I am 100% behind border security. I do think we need border security. I do not think illegals should be allowed to come into our country without going through the proper channels, first off. But the way we're treating our own federally employed citizens in the United States is not right. They didn't ask for this. I know Trump says they stand behind him 100%, but that's not true. We all know. Before I go any further, let me just say this, okay? When the election came up, the presidential election between Hillary Clinton and Donald Trump, when I first found out Donald Trump was running, I couldn't stand it. I was like, the last thing we need in the White House is a celebrity. Um, and, I didn't want Hillary Clinton to win the presidential election either. Unfortunately, one of them had to win, and that person was Donald Trump. He won the presidency. Okay? And I was a little upset with it at first, but I told myself, and I told my wife, I was like, look, I was like, this man's our president. I was like, let's give him a chance. Let's see how he does. You never know. He might turn out to be a great president. And boy, was I wrong. Now, Donald Trump has done some good things for the country. Somewhat. Somewhat. The first year that he was president, I trade stocks. The stock market done really well. Um, his first year in office, I was up 44%. I had a 44% return. 2018 was horrendous. I sold everything I had, stock wise, to keep from losing money. And I still have no investments right now because it's too the volatility is way too high right now for me. I don't have that kind of money to risk. Um, the tax breaks, okay. There was a couple things in the tax cuts that did help a lot of people out, such as the uh, upping the standard deduction. Um, he gives people with children a higher tax credit for their children. The child tax credit, I think it's called, or additional child tax credit, something like that. So that helps them out because a lot of Americans rely on those tax refunds at the beginning of the year to take care of very essential needs and bills and stuff like that they gotta get caught up on. Because a lot of these people, they barely make $25,000 a year, if that. And I see people all the time talking about, oh, you know, looking for a handout. Reach out and get, the child tax credit from the government. Listen, these people work for this money. It's called the earned income credit and the child tax credit. If you're a low income family and you have children, it's very hard to raise them. Now, you can sit there and argue, say, well, they shouldn't have children. Well, people want families. People are in a lot of different situations, and it may not be their fault. Now, these people that get out there and have kids just to earn tax money off of them, then yeah, that's kind of messed up. I agree with that 100%. But that's not the way most of them are. But anyways, the tax break helps them in that way. But since the tax cut act, whatever it's called, went into effect, I haven't saved a single penny out of my paycheck. I know a lot of Americans have, but I haven't. My check's been the same ever since. And that's okay, you know. I might have saved a dollar or two a week, if that. But that's okay. Uh, but the whole reason for me making this video is our federal employees. Uh, the IRS has, I believe I was reading earlier, they called back like 30 something thousand employees today to return to work, without pay so they can process tax returns. Tax time, tax season is a very busy time for the IRS and the Treasury and stuff like that. 'Cause they got all those refunds to pay out and stuff like that. So it's very busy, and they need them, and they're having to do it without pay, which is terrible. Some uh, some federal employees are having to use their kids' college tuition money. There's this one that said that they had to take their kids' Christmas presents back and stuff like that. So I mean, it's terrible. It really is. These and quite frankly, it's like Trump don't care. And there is no way at all that Trump can relate to these people. He's a billionaire. He has all the money he needs. He doesn't have worries like that. And landlords and lot companies and car creditors are not going to wait on you to pay your bill. They ain't going to do it. And all this is because of a fucking wall that Donald Trump said that Mexico would pay for. He said that. And I don't care if you're a Democrat, Republican, whatever. He said that Mexico will pay for a wall. There's plenty of video evidence out there of him saying that. Even on Fox News, he sat there and said that if they didn't, he would come back on there and he would apologize. So nobody can argue that point. Trump has been caught lying about numerous things. And it's just gonna, it's just gonna go downhill from there. Do I wish he would be a good president? Absolutely, I wish he'd do good things for us as president. But I mean, he's just too shady. I mean, the way he treats Vladimir Putin and the Russians, the way he lies about everything. He lied to his own wife about sleeping with other women. What the hell makes you think he's going to tell you the truth? What, because he raised his hand and took an oath? He don't give a damn about the oath. He doesn't. Now, these are just my personal opinions. You can believe what you want to believe. That's your choice. I have nothing against Republicans at all. If you're a Republican, hey, that's fine with me. I don't care. We can get along even if you're a Republican. Political differences shouldn't set us that far apart. I mean, racism is like really bad right now in our country. It's just a whole lot of overwhelming things that's going on right now. And, the picture behind me of the founding fathers, What would they say right now if this was going on? If they knew, if they were here, yeah, I'm sure it wouldn't be like this today if they were here. Uh, I just don't think it's right that our federal employees have to take you know, the boot in the ass for something that Trump wants. I think Republicans and Democrats on both sides should come across the aisle, shake hands, work out some sort of deal. Just a temporary deal. Hell, if they have to do a temporary deal, do a temporary deal just to get the government back open for these employees so they can make their money. They got children, they got lives, they have a lot to do to take care of also. But I mean, it's just crazy how everything's went and all that stuff. I mean, and I was looking online for pictures. Just for this video, I just wanted one picture of Donald Trump, and I found one that I really liked, and it's that one. you know, Donald Trump might be a billionaire. He's had several failed businesses and everything, but I guarantee you one thing: he is not a good president. He's not. Uh, his base of Republicans and supporters, you know, they like what he's doing and stuff. They believe what he's doing. They believe everything the man says. That's their choice to believe. But in the end, when they're led down a dark path, and they're going to see that hey, this just they're going to look back one day and be like, what was I thinking? I mean, and you can't blame them. You really can't blame people that support Trump. You cannot blame people that support Trump. They're sick of everybody's shit. They were sick of being treated like dirt. You know, but I'm telling you right now, Donald Trump is doing no different than what every other fucking president or senator has done. They're all crooked. Every single one of them are crooked. They're corrupted. It's all about money and power to them. That's it. They don't want nothing good for you or I. I mean, really, you need to really think about it. Do your research. Come to your own conclusions. But I'm telling you right now, in my opinion, I think Donald Trump is the worst president ever. Now, I'm not saying he's a bad man. I mean, I don't know if he is or not. I've never met him. But from what I've seen on TV, I don't think we'd get along too well. And I'm always hearing people, that's another thing, I'm always hearing people talking about, fake news. Fake news this, fake news that. CNN's fake news, MSNBC's fake news, NBC's fake news. Oh my God. Where do y'all get that from? Where do you get that it's fake news? Now, I know stories have been fabricated before. I've seen it before. And I'm not saying CNN, MSNBC, NBC, or any of the other ones have never done that. They have. But, I know a lot of Trump supporters watch Fox. And, I've tuned into Fox a few times. And the only thing they're ever doing, the only thing Fox is ever doing is talking about other news networks. I don't ever actually see them cover the news. Unless it involves CNN or some other channel. I watch CNN a lot. I watch all the news channels a lot. And every time I'm watching CNN, I don't, they reference to Fox every now and then when they're talking about, one of their hosts talking to President Trump or something like that. But, this whole fake news shit is just ridiculous also. It really is. I mean, they literally have facts. So you just gotta look into that. But anyways, please do your own research and comment down below and tell me what you think about all this. Democrats, Republicans, whatever, I don't care. I have nothing against none of y'all. I'll be friends with a Democrat, I'll be friends with a Republican, independent, whatever. And just for the record, I think Hillary would have made a worse president. She would have been just as bad as Trump. She's just as crooked as Trump. The only president that I really enjoyed and liked really recently is Obama. A lot of people think Obama, done bad things. Obama is an American and he done great things for our country. And that's all I have to say.